In this video, I am going to walk through the calendar view. So this is where you can see all of specific appointments in the calendar view. As an artist, this is where you are going to spend the majority of your time looking at what you have coming up and planning your drawings and so on and so forth. So if we take a look at this calendar, we're going to see multiple different colors. So typically I try to keep the colors the same for appointments themselves. So anything that's blue is going to be a confirmed appointment. If I come in here and click this, you're going to see that appointment status as confirmed. So anything blue is confirmed. And again, to click down, you're just going to click on the day and then click on the appointment, and you can scroll and see the details. To go back to the calendar, you're just going to click up here. We're going to go back to the month view by clicking at the top as well. So a couple of other colors. Typically, green is awaiting confirmation. So this means that appointment was sent out, but we haven't heard back from the client yet, or we're still working on nailing down a date. By default, I only send one date in general to clients, and this helps to not hold multiple days for one client. So you're not waiting to hear back and holding lots of dates for one person. So I typically just send one date based on their availability in the form they submitted. The pink status here is waiting for deposit. So when you are planning your calendar, the main thing you want to look at is the blue ones. So the blue ones are confirmed. So anything confirmed, you can go ahead and feel confident in drawing those pieces. This clear one here is for anybody that has a date and it's artist to review. So if I put a date in somewhere and say the client asks a question, I might put that into the request and then flip it to artist review, but I want to make sure they stay on the calendar because that's their date here. So once it's not in artist review and we book it, it will change colors depending on the status here. So one of the things you'll notice for all of the appointments that have a client record and appointment, it's going to have some more detailed information. So you're going to see, let's just click this. At the very beginning of all appointments, you're going to see some detailed icons that kind of give you an idea of what this appointment is or some details about the client. So a car means they are traveling, a little lightning bolt means it's a flash appointment. A little pencil means that it's a higher drawing needs appointment. So you might not want to see all these pencil appointments in 1 week. And that frequency will be set up with your booking assistant. So that's what those mean. The next one is going to be the calendar name. And I usually by default use the client's name. And then for some appointments, you're going to see some numbers here. So the first number will be the number of sessions for this piece that is booked. And then the second number is the total number of appointments booked. So for this request, this means that we are on the second session of 3 sessions for this butterfly piece. So if we look at this appointment here, you will see that it doesn't have that. So that means this is a single piece that doesn't have multiple appointments booked for it. If we go ahead and look at this appointment here, this plus sign typically means that they have appointments on hold. So right now they would have 2 appointments booked, but say they need 3 sessions, but you're not booking past a certain point, then I would go ahead and put their 3rd session on hold for when your book's open for a particular date. And then I know to reach out to them to book that 3rd appointment. So this is all dependent upon if your books are open, indefinitely or only for a specific amount of time. But if you see that plus sign, that usually means that there are additional appointments needed and that they're on hold. If we come back to the calendar here, the next thing you're going to see is just the start time. So you're not going to see the end time, but you're just going to see the start time. And that helps in this scenario. So you got an appointment at 11, 12:30, 3, and 4:30. And so your booking assistant will make sure that those are all spaced according to your preferences. So whether you want 30 minutes between appointments, an hour between appointments, that's how all your appointments will be set up. We come back here again. The next in the title will be a short description of the appointment. And then the next will be a little bit of a description for how much time this is booked for, and then the rate, or if it's hourly. So you will see that this piece was booked for 6 hours for this appointment at $2,500 per piece. So if they're booking 3 sessions, you might have said, okay, each appointment is $800 and the last one's $900 or something like that. So that would be an example of that one. If we come down here, we see that there's an in-person consult. So there's no cost associated with that. Typically, of course, if you do charge a fee for consults, you would see that there. But most of the artists I've worked with do not charge for consultations. This one is a range that was given to the client. Now, whenever a range is given, it's always booked for the longest time there. So you will see this appointment was booked for 2 hours, and the hourly rate is $175 per hour. And then again, next one down, you will see that this is booked for an hour, and it's booked for $250 per session. So that appointment is set rate $250, and same with that one below it. So yes, that's a general overview of what you're going to see in your calendar view. If we take a look at these 3 appointments up here, they all represent different type of placeholder appointments. So this is a personal appointment, a shop info appointment. Personal appointment, shop holder or shop info appointment, placeholder appointment, and other appointment. So your colors may be slightly different in your application, but generally a personal appointment is for any appointments for the artist specifically, any days they want off, if they have any appointments on regularly scheduled tattoo days, that's what that setting is for. Shop info is for shop event days, so maybe a flash event day or something else. A placeholder appointment is used if, say you're booking a friend or somebody manually into the system. This will give you an indication that this is a tattoo appointment, but it's not a fully inputted appointment with a client and a client record, so no confirmation will be sent. There won't be any kind of details in that. And then the other appointment setting is typically used for your booking assistant to mark days off and anything with their schedule. So yeah, that is a general overview of your calendar.